Hey everyone, I appreciate you guys giving me some encouragement to keep making more videos. Um, I need that because I need to keep making more videos because sometimes I also fall into some of the same traps that all you do, where my thinking goes in the wrong direction. And I have to remind myself that if I just get my thinking in a better place, then I'll be a lot happier. And then that makes my life more enjoyable. So I think sometimes I get sidetracked. Like maybe I get on a roll where I'm doing things really well for a few days, and then maybe something happens where it sort of changes the trajectory, where maybe I've been in a pattern that was working good, but then the pattern changes. And then I have to, you know, maybe it's easy for me to let some doubt start creeping into myself and think, something about my story is gone awry. Like maybe things are starting to go bad, and then it's easy for those thoughts to start thinking, "Oh, if this happens, then it could be a bad thing," and then I'll be like, I'll feel like my life is going in the wrong direction. And I think we all know what that feels like when you feel like your life is going in the wrong direction. So I just have to keep remembering to make videos or, keep remembering about the story. 'Cause I made some videos about this just in recent days about how we want to tell a good story about where we've come from and some of the things that we did that were really good. I'm sure all of you have had some achievements of some kind in your life where you feel like you did something really good. Think about those things. Think about how you were able to do what you did and how that's really awesome what you did. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, "Hey, I did that. That's pretty good." And take a moment to think about how you did that and the way it was and the way it felt when you were doing that thing that was helping you to be successful, or maybe getting into that awesome relationship, or maybe it was really learning something really well where you acquired a skill and you went through the process of doing that, or maybe some way you came to earn money in a good way. Maybe you went to a place you always wanted to go to and you enjoyed doing that. So all these stories, you can put those stories into your brain about your past. Like, you've done a lot. There's been a lot of good things in your life. Think about those stories and put those more in the front and move some of the other stories to the back. And then help those stories reinforce that now you can also do things similar to what happened before. There can be other good things, good stories that you can move on and do next. And then we want to start thinking about where we're going and imagining some of the things that you're going to do. Don't just have one thing you're trying to do. Like maybe one example would be, maybe you need like three things. I'm going to exercise, and I visualize myself being in better condition. So I'm going to do some stretching or strengthening or cardio, but I'm going to visualize what it's like as I do that, and then what my body looks like and what my body feels like as I do that. Like, get a story going at where you're actually feeling that story taking place. And then maybe there's something you're going to learn. For me, it's Chinese, and I think about how I'm going to use that language and how my vocabulary is increasing and how I'll be able to communicate with a lot of people and read some books in the language and things like that. And I see all these details I'm putting into my little story. And of course, I'm going to China. And think about maybe some place you're planning on going, a cool place you'd like to go. Start visualizing a good story about going there and to that place and doing something there. And this is like a really powerful approach. First, putting some good stories about your past and imagining yourself being there, and then putting some good stories about your future and imagining yourself being there, and your brain, it just gets a reset. But you've got to really get it, you got to feel the stories. You can't just say, okay, I studied Chinese a long time and I guess I can speak pretty good. No, you can't talk like that. You have to say, I really worked hard and I got better and better, and people gave me some recognition for what I did, and it felt so good as I got better, and really feel it. And then when you get in the habit of really living and loving your story, then it starts to be more like that. And this is something where, as you think about these things, it can also help separate you from this story that you've been telling about the tinnitus and how it's been such a negative impact on you. Your brain can start moving in some other directions, hopefully at least three. You have to think of three things that you want to visualize for your future, and then every day, imagine getting there. Imagine what it feels like when you're starting to realize these goals or ideas that you have. So I need to get busy doing that too, because I got a little bit sidetracked these last few days. Not in a big way, but I've been worse. But I'm getting better at noticing when I'm doing that, and then taking the steps that are needed to move back in the right direction. So just passing that on to you. I hope it's helpful to you, and best wishes to you for a beautiful weekend. Yeah. Visualize a beautiful weekend. I'll see you. Bye-bye.